Happy Monday. I am William Poett. We are live. It is November 7th, and this is our 7th episode. So, welcome. There are few things that I enjoy more than coffee with friends, and this has become a ritual for some of us, and our tribe is growing. So, I want to thank you. I want to welcome you to episode 7 of Mindset Mastery. We are going to have a great training today. It is a brand new week, and I hope that you have taken the lessons of the past few weeks and you are starting to embody them. Because that's really what training is all about. It's not about gathering information. This is one of the really critical issues that separate those with limited mindsets and from those who really go out and change the world, really move the needle. So we've talked in previous episodes about the difference between a fixed mindset and growth. Functionally, in mindset, perception is I have all the resources that I was born with, and if I'm good or bad at something, there's very little I can do about it. And versus a growth mindset where you look at people who are doing amazing things in the world, in business and athletics, and you say, I love what they're doing. I want to do that. And I believe I can do that. And so you embark on a journey of expansion and of growth. And that's what Mindset Mastery Mondays are all about. So I want to welcome you guys. Thank you for joining our family. When you pop in, I'd love it if you just say, howdy, good morning. Let me know where you are viewing from. It's always fun to see friends pop in from all over California. We've got the Midwest and East Coast. And I think last week we had some friends join us from Europe. So our tribe is growing, having a great time. I have a very, very special training for you guys today. And so again, what we're doing is a lot of repetition. There's a lot of reinforcement. One of the ideas that the world's best embrace is it's all about consistency, repetition over and over and over again. The idea of mindset mastery. Hey, Tommy, good to see you, brother. Happy Monday. My favorite, there's Dr. Laura CL. One of my favorite quotes, and you're going to hear it over and over again in this. Tommy is actually one of my black belts. I had a chain of martial arts schools back in the day. And Bruce Lee, who was a brilliant martial artist, one of my favorite quotes of his is, I don't fear the man who's done 10,000 kicks. I fear the man who has done one kick 10,000 times. And there's an incredible secret in this. There is Dr. Schmidt. Good to see you, brother. Using the Sunsana app. That is a great app. I absolutely love it. So what do I mean by this? There's a whole bunch of people out there who have sort of given up on life, and they have accepted mediocrity, and they're just sort of slogging through their existence and not really committed to or hoping to move the needle. And I don't know how to reach them. I don't know how to serve them. The population I really want to help and really want to empower are those people who are constantly learning. They're out there and they're reading the best business books, and they're really accessing better information and more knowledge. And yet what they haven't necessarily understood is the idea of information cellularization. And this is a critical component to success. And what do I mean by information cellularization? Why is it that 16-year-olds who text and drive are so dangerous? And I'm not suggesting that those of us over 16 do it, but there's a big difference between what a 50-year-old driver can do and what a 16-year-old driver can do. And the reason being, those of us that have driven 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 miles, the act of driving is cellularized. I don't have to think about where my blinker is. I don't have to think about scanning in front of me, using my mirrors. I've done it so many times, it's actually a part of me. And when you read a book, I'll never forget, maybe 15 years ago, I did a workshop for about 100 HR directors in Santa Barbara. Really, we were talking about this idea of mastery, of really being able to apply the information you have, because that's the only way you're going to move the needle. It's the only way you're going to make a difference. And this was the super popular book at the time, still is popular. I said, how many of you guys have read Dr. Covey's 7 Habits of a Highly Effective Person? And I swear to you, I'm in a room with 100 people, 95 hands went up. Like, this is awesome. 95 of you guys, great. What I'm gonna put you on the spot right now. Who in this room can stand up and recite the 7 Habits of a Highly Effective Person? Not one. Not one of these individuals who read the book, they nodded their head, they're all, this is a great book. This is really great information. I'm enjoying this. And they keep reading and they learn about the next habit. They say, this is a really great habit. I bet if I deployed this, my life would be better. And yet, as soon as they finished that book, they went on to the next book. And one of the things that we teach at 9Q, this is a core component, is that first of all, knowledge is power. Okay, the load of crap we have foisted on our children is knowledge is power. And that's BS, because I know for a fact right now, you know, one thing you could start doing, one thing you could stop doing, one thing you could do a little bit more of, one thing you do a little bit less of. And if you acted on this knowledge, your life would be demonstrably better. But we don't act on it. And so knowledge is not power. In order for knowledge to be powerful, number one, it has to be valid. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's being taught out there that's theory, it's dangerous, and it doesn't work. But once we've sifted through and found those nuggets of valuable information, it's still not power. It doesn't become powerful until it is cellularized. And that's the difference between someone who is gathering information and someone who is training. The men and women who move the needle, the Michael Jordans, the Elon Musk, the Mother Teresas, these are individuals that act on the information they have. They apply every day, consistently, relentlessly. And this is going to bring us to today's training topic. And I love this. I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. Excuse me. I'm going to have a sip of coffee. And again, welcome to episode 7 of Mindset Mastery. And I'm not sure how this AI works, but if you can, share this. Share it after we go live. Share it right now. Invite somebody in. Start bringing your team. Let's grow our tribe. And the focus of today's training is on the difference between habits and systems versus goals and outcomes. Subtle, profound difference. So most organizations, managers, and individuals are very concerned with outcomes, our KPIs, key performance indicators, our metrics. We want to test so we can manage. Individuals, January is coming up, and in January, a whole bunch of people are going to come out and they're going to take out their journals and write down all the goals they would love to achieve in 2023. The data suggests somewhere between 80 and 90% of these objectives, these goals, and these KPIs fail. And there's a lot of reasons for that, but one of them is being so outcome specific, it doesn't drive my actions today. It doesn't, there's a gap or breakdown between the idea of me being, let's say I'm 50 pounds overweight. So my goal is to lose 50 pounds. My goal is to become this fit, fantastic athlete. Currently, I am not so much of that. I'm 50 pounds overweight. I don't move very much. I don't eat really well. So I write the goal down, and the goal is I'm going to lose 50 pounds this year. Great goal, healthy goal. Your family supports it. Your boss, your company, everyone supports it. And maybe you get a vision board and you take pictures and you cut out people that have beautiful, magnificent bodies. So again, I have total clarity around the goal. It's specific. It's a SMART goal, specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time-bound. I'm still sitting on the couch and I'm still eating poorly. And what I'm not doing is I'm not deploying the habits of an athlete. I'm not deploying the habits or the systems of a highly successful person. So when we work with an organization or when we do private executive coaching, the first thing we do, and you do have to have that objective, that endpoint, we fast forward and we imagine our organization in its optimal state. Take your company. How many employees will you have? How many units will you have? How many locations will you have? How much impact will you have? We bring specificity around that objective, as Stephen Covey said, begin with the end in mind. But then what we do is once we're clear about the objective, we reverse engineer it and we imagine what are the habits that the leaders and the team deploy every single day. What are the systems that the leaders and team deploy every single day? And then we begin initiating them right now. And here's the really, really cool thing. It isn't about the outcome, because if your goal is to lose 50 pounds and you lose 50 pounds, so what? Most people, the rare few who actually hit that objective, 10 years later, they're right back where they were. The intention is to live a life of mastery. The intention is to lead an organization that has a master's mindset. And this is a forever process. It doesn't stop. There isn't an end point. And so what we want to do is we want to focus much more of our energy on connecting to that ideal, identifying the habits and systems, and then it is all about deploying every day. I open up this training talking about consistency. And if your intention is live a vibrant body, which I strongly recommend all of you set as intention. Well, men and women have achieved powerful, healthy, vibrant bodies. They have daily habits. They have daily rituals. They have daily routines. And they do relentlessly. And sometimes they slip up, but then they get right back into the habit again. And so this idea of mindset mastery is, yeah, goals are great. KPIs are great. But the only value in them is in how they impact today. It's Monday. It is Super Bowl Monday. And again, we've talked about this in previous trainings. Did you set yourself up last night? Did you arrange things that you were going to get a great night's sleep? Did you wake up? Did you go through your morning routines and rituals? Are you completely clear on how you're going to make today the best day of your life? Because this is not just another week. This is not just another day. Today is the day you have an opportunity to love, serve, create joy, experience joy, elevate the people in your organization, support and serve the people in your family. And you only have today. So the point that I really want to resonate with you guys, the point that I kind of want to hammer home today is, you're with me, we're training, we're doing this work because we all want to optimize our lives. We want to live in as much flow and abundance and health and positive impact and vitality as humanly possible. It's going to look completely different for all of us. Mike's way of expressing that and Tommy's way of expressing that is going to be completely different. But we all have the same 24 hours in which to play. We all have the same 24 hours in which to train and in which to. Invitation and challenge you guys this week is to really take some time and do what we remove the I can'ts and really imagine what would your life be like. There's a Japanese word, my favorite word, it's tatsujin. And a tatsujin is a fully actualized human. And sit with this idea for a second because it's so beautiful and it's so actualized. Well, to really reflect entire individual, so physically, intellectually, emotionally, spiritually, energetically. Think of these as pillars. And if each one of these pillars was at a level 9, imagine the joy that you would have in your life. Imagine the impact that you would have in your life. The type of relationships that you'd be experiencing. And so, when you plan vacation, it's really fun to plan vacation. It changes your biochemistry. You get excited. You get a little bit of a high and a rush. But I invite you and challenge you to spend some time around this idea of planning your tatsujin. How much does your tatsujin weigh? How many homes does your tatsujin have? Where does your tatsujin live? How does your tatsujin share their gifts with the world? What is that profession or career where we really give back and serve and elevate and impact? And when you get clarity around this idea of you in a fully optimized state, here's where it gets really fun. Here's like the nitty gritty practical. Very powerful. Write down a day in the life of your tatsujin. And I suggest a Monday. So what you really got to do is you got to kind of go back to Sunday. How does your higher self set up for the week? Do you spend time with your Sansama app and really look at the week in terms of key objectives, things that are attached to what mean the most to you? Are you making sure that you're blocking time in to achieve these things? When you look at your body as an integrated state, do you have time every week to train physically? Are you spending, are you going on dates? Are you having fun with critical relationships? What are you doing to optimize your impact as a professional? To take those gifts that you have out in the world, whether you're leading an organization or whether you're a doctor or a receptionist, how are you getting better at your craft? And then what are the daily habits, the daily rituals, and the daily routines that you can deploy? Because here's what's so great. Number one, the moment you start thinking at a higher level, it's going to change how you speak. When you think at a higher level and speak at a higher level, it changes your actions. These higher level actions become habits, and these habits become part of your character. And then these habits and character become your destiny. If you want 2023, it starts today. It doesn't start next month, next year. It starts today. And I recognize that many of us, if not all of us, are dealing with some really gnarly stuff. We have health issues, we have family issues, we have financial issues, we have business issues, and those issues can be really overwhelming. And those issues can cause us to retreat. But my challenge and my invitation, first of all, a fight has never been won in retreat, ever. There have been times when strategically we needed to separate and develop a new strategy, but then we had to attack again. We have to move forward. We have to advance. And my, again, invitation is, as you start planning, as we move into end of fall, get into winter, we're doing our strategic planning for 2023. Your personal strategic planning, your organizational strategic planning. Yes, you're going to have outcomes and you're going to have goals, but I really want you to hear me. The only value in having those is to understand the habits and systems you need to deploy today. And once you start deploying those habits and systems, you're going to get data, you're going to get information, and we can modify and we can make corrections. But it isn't the outcomes. And here's the other problem with goals and outcomes. Friend of mine, Ernesto, who is actually down at SC, he's been with us every day. So I think this is the first training he's missed. He's an Ironman, and he's done the Hawaii Ironman, which is one of the toughest athletic endeavors there is. And they talk about post-event depression. It's really common. We get so focused on this goal. We get so focused. Those of you guys who love Christmas, so there's a lot of post-Christmas depression. So much energy and so much excitement, so much enthusiasm goes into this event, and then the event is over. Whereas when you are deploying the habits, the daily habits of your higher self, when you're deploying the systems within your organization that you know are going to optimize and drive success, every day feels good, and you are moving the needle every day, and you are driving changes. So can you guys relate to this? Does this resonate with you guys? Because My intention for these Mindset Mastery Monday trainings are not just to, I mean, I want to have fun with you guys and we can entertain each other and we can, get some aha moments. But my real intention is to change behaviors, to get you thinking differently. Once you start thinking differently, what I want you to do, you're going to start speaking differently, more clarity in your language. You're thinking differently, you're speaking differently, you're going to start acting differently. Those thoughts, those words, and those actions become habits. Habits become cellularized consistently. I'm going to challenge you to become relentless in your commitment to grow. I want you to be relentless in your commitment to expand and optimize. And not just do it in one facet of your life. It's really important at 9Q when we take an organization through one of our training journeys. It is always an integrated process. I was talking to a CEO last week, senior leader, and we were sort of joking about, the latest buzzwords, whether it be vulnerability or whether it be engagement or whether it be quiet quitting. And all of these are symptoms. They're symptoms of something, of a much deeper core issue. You can't drive employee engagement unless you have a vision, mission, values, and goals that inspire people. You can't drive employee engagement. Everyone on the team has clarity. What are my roles? What are my high value projects and targets? What am I here to do? How am I serving? You can't drive engagement. Hey, Denise, it is really, really great to see you. You can't drive engagement unless you have a training protocol so that the individuals on your team know that they are moving out into the world prepared. You can't drive engagement without execution. We can sit in our office and we can study and we can train and we can build strategy all day long, but we have to send people out into the field to do the work. And we can't drive engagement without iteration, because there's a lot of times that we will have a great idea, although untested, and we'll put our thoughts together, we'll come up with the best possible plan, and we will deploy it, and we're not going to get the results that we wanted. So we've got to bring the team back in and we've got to iterate, because nothing is more frustrating for a team member than to be working over and over and over again and not seeing results and not experiencing impact. And so I want you to think about this idea of an integrated organization and an integrated being. And so here's how we're going to wrap up, kind of a little bit of review of today. The number one really separator of massive success and mediocrity is consistency. It's relentless consistency. If you ever read Malcolm Gladwell's book, Outliers, yeah, there are seemingly random events that happen in people's lives. But the reason I say seemingly random events is because these men and women are relentless. They are relentless in their desire to excel. They are relentless in their desire to grow. They are relentless in their desire to learn. And so as we move into this new week, I really want you to have consistency foremost in your mind, and drop the idea of perfection. One of the things that interrupts consistency is people, well, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to do an hour and a half workout today. And then life happens. And because life happens, your schedule gets thrown sideways and you only have 20 minutes. Well, guess what? In that 20-minute time frame, you can move your body. You can do push-ups. You can do squats. You can do an HIIT workout. It's a relentless desire to move the needle, to get things going forward. So the number one idea is consistency. The number two idea I want to share with you guys is, as valuable as goals, KPIs, outcomes are, I want you to understand that the only value in them is in the habits and systems they help you create and deploy. It's not the KPI, the target of the goal, because that's always going to be moving. We hit one, we've got to create another one. We hit that one, we got to create another one. Or we hit it and then we backslide and we lose all the benefits we've gained. So we're looking for what are the habits and what are the systems the most successful individuals and organizations that I can deploy today. And then at night, here's a little technique that we teach. It's a win review. It's a 5-minute process. It's one of our high performance habits. You take 5 minutes before you leave your desk and you look at the day and you ask yourself this question: what worked? Where did I win? Where did I knock it out of the park? Where was I in flow and in joy and in impact? And there's a neurological and a cellular reason for doing this. When we focus on what's working, we feel better. We expand. We become more creative. Our neocortex fires more effectively. Then we take a breath. We separate from the critical part of our minds and look back over the day, kind of like a game coach. Working. Did I overcommit? I have too many things on my to-do list. Did I manage, or did I have my appointments go back to back so I couldn't really show up and shine in each of those? And you're looking for 1 or 2 areas of the day that weren't optimal. And then the final thing is what needs to change. And so tomorrow you're going to say no to a few more things. You're going to remove some things off the calendar. Maybe you're going to wake up 15 minutes early. You're going to take the information you have, you're going to take the real-time data, and you're going to make corrections and optimize. And then the final idea is this concept of tatsuji. Spend some time, and I swear this is probably the most beautiful and profound exercise I or our clients engage in. And imagine, again, this really comes into mindset. Imagine yourself as a fully actualized human, physically in the best shape possible. Intellectually, you have crafted values, beliefs, and feelings that serve you. You have built a mindset, a framework that supports and elevates everything you do. Emotionally, you have worked and mastered your emotional intelligence. You don't allow external environments to dictate how you are feeling. You know how to be self-aware, self-manage, support others around you. Spiritually, this is really our service component. Have you mastered your craft? What is your unique gift? Maybe it's in leadership. Maybe you're an educator. Maybe you're a physician. Maybe you're a healer. And scale that gift. Take that gift out into the world and share it with as many people as possible, because that's how abundance is created. The more energy you provide to the world, the more energy that comes back towards you. Once you have connected, done this thought exercise, Einstein was a master of this. Once you've connected with this idea of your tatsujin self, your fully actualized self, spend an hour and define what their day looks like. What are their daily habits? What are their daily rituals? What are the daily routines? How do they eat? How do they shop? Audio seems, oh no, I hope you guys, hey, it sounds like Mike lost his audio. If you guys can still hear me, give me a heart, give me a thumb, because there's some good stuff happening here. And again, identify and connect with what your optimized day looks like, what those habits look like, and then begin deploying them right now. Deploy them today. And then my last little tip is, at the end of each day, we're going to optimize, we're going to iterate, do that win review. What's working, what isn't working, what needs to change. So we've got some really, really killer information. I'm hoping, I know Mike is like one of our all-stars in mindset mastery. I hope you guys, I'm waiting to see there's a little bit of a lag. Give me a thumbs up if you can still hear me. Breaks up occasionally. Okay, well, I'm leaning in. I'm coming to you guys from a cattle ranch 40 miles north of Santa Barbara. So I really hope that this is coming through. I'll work on some tech solutions this week. Maybe record these in advance and uploading. We'll see what we can do. I want to thank you guys for being a part of our Mindful Monday team. Again, this is a week focused on habits and systems. Use those outcomes to create better ways of living today. Go out and love and serve and enjoy to the best of your ability. On behalf of myself, our team at 9Q Solutions, really appreciate your time. Looking forward to meeting Karen Palmer. Love having you on the team. Love having you here. Guys, go out, make some magic happen. I appreciate your energy. I appreciate your support. And I will see you guys next week for episode 8 of Mindset Mastery.